Phil Rucker, I want to play more of your audio with former President Trump. And to our audience, just to picture the scene as you listen to the audio, this is happening in the lobby of Mar-a-Lago, in effect his public office, so he can see and be seen by all the paying members. Again, over the course of a 2.5-hour interview. This next selection is about his amazement that the Supreme Court refused to help a guy out, despite the fact that Donald Trump has appointed fully a third of the justices on the court. We'll discuss on the other side.
I needed better judges. The Supreme Court was afraid to take it. Don't forget, if you take all of everything out, take all of the dead people that voted, and there were thousands of them, by the way. We have lists of, obituaries, etc. If you take the illegal immigrants that voted, if you take this, the Indians that got paid to vote in different places, they said, we're not going to hear the case. I'm very disappointed in the Supreme Court. I guess they thought that it would be violent, maybe. And it was violent the other way, perhaps.
From Indians to obituaries, it's all baloney. Phil Rucker, talk about his unique kind of boiling transactional anger at the highest court in the land.
Yeah, Brian, it's transactional anger, and it's also, of course, a series of lies there, as you point out, with the nice word baloney. But look, the president was upset that what he thought of as his Supreme Court didn't bail him out after the election. He had installed Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and then shortly before people went to the polls, Amy Coney Barrett, and the court shifted decidedly to the right. And Trump thought that was his calling card, that if the election results were close, he could somehow basically dial a friend to get some help from the Supreme Court. It obviously didn't work out that way, in part because of the kind of utter failure of the Trump legal team to find any evidence or to present it in any sort of acceptable fashion in a series of federal courts. Remember, it was about 86 federal judges that ruled that there was no case here, that the case of fraud that the Trump campaign was putting forward had no evidence to support it. But nonetheless, this is a continuing grievance for former President Trump. And, in a different part of our interview, he actually singled out Brett Kavanaugh, saying that he thought he was especially disappointed in Kavanaugh because when Kavanaugh needed to be bailed out amid those sexual assault and harassment claims, Trump had his back and decided to keep him as his nominee despite pressure to drop him as the nominee. And therefore, Kavanaugh should have bailed out Trump after the November 2020 election.